As we move forward in the consolation semifinal round, we're at 165. Keegan Rothrock for Brown, Blaine Bergey for Princeton. The winner set to face Penn's Andrew Trzynski, who defeated Harvard's Cale Berg by an 11-2 major decision just a moment ago. They're moving a little bit quicker on mat 2 right now. Well, let's see what happens here early. Bergey gets the quick takedown. And we're going to have a stoppage here. Rothrock, excuse me, had the takedown, not Bergey. And we might not have a takedown at all. Are the officials going to come in and take a look at this? Again, a 2-bid league, or 2-bid weight class, I should say, here in the Ivy League. And so maybe at best, at large, tough case for Blaine Bergey. This is only his 10th match of the year. Sample size, what do you go with? The only thing you can focus on right now, win this match, try to get the business done in the 3rd place match, and then see what happens from there.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, you can only control the next match in front of you. Can't worry about those matches that have already happened. As you see the replay here, this is what the refs are looking at.
Rothrock trying to bounce back after a real tough loss to take against Trzynski. 8-1, but it was a 7-point sequence. And the final 30 seconds. And what do you see there, Pat? Do you see enough?
You know, it's about reaction time, right? They're going to have to figure out how much reaction time there was. The action continued, but we'll see what they officially say here.
It will not be a takedown.
I think that's the right call. You have to give the opponent, the ability to react, right? So just because he covered the hips, was it covered for enough time?
Yeah.
And I think they determined the answer to that question was no.
Is it essentially that action being complete, the coverage of the hips?
Right. Exactly. His hands were down for a split second, rolls through, scrambles out of it, doesn't give up a takedown.
So no score. That gives us a chance to reset our minds here. Again, Trzynski, tough loss, or Rothrock, tough loss to Trzynski. Bergey, dominant in his tech fall over Cale Berg, but then ran into Cesar Alvin of Columbia. 11-1 major decision loss, just the 2nd defeat of the year for Bergey in 10 matches. Rothrock still going at it here. Really turning on the jets against Bergey. Yeah, he's showing it. The wheels are turning right now for Rothrock as it goes out of bounds. Rothrock did not hit the mat against Princeton. It was Harrison Trahan who battled Blaine Bergey, who was victorious in the dual meet against Princeton earlier this year. And in that situation, we mentioned it earlier, some of the matchups we didn't see because of injury, but that day it was Brown and Harvard having 2 dual meets, but having to travel either from Princeton to Penn or vice versa. The case for Brown was traveling from Princeton to Penn. So in some of those cases, Coach Lean decided, okay, one wrestler in this match, the other one in that. In that case, Rothrock, he had Penn instead of Princeton. First time we see this matchup, still looking for a score, although it was awfully close right beforehand with the review overturning the call. Final minute of this first period. Bergey having to trot his way out of the opportunity for Rothrock. Keegan Rothrock from Belafonte Pennsylvania. Was a Fargo All-America, both freestyle and Greco-Roman. Bergey, the two-time state champion from Georgia. Two seniors trying to finish out their Ivy League campaigns as collegiate wrestlers with a third-place finish. Short time in period number 1. Bergey so far really hasn't had much of an opening against Rothrock. He's been doing a good job despite being the lower seed Rothrock over this first 3 minutes. Period comes to an end. Another look at the bracket. Again, Andrew Trzynski moves on to the third place match after taking care of Cale Berg. And so right back at it for period number 2. Bergey had a 4-2 decision over Trzynski 2 weeks ago. And Rothrock, sudden victory over Trzynski in the duel before the 8-1 decision loss earlier today. So some of the potential rematches that Trzynski awaits as the first point on the board for Keegan Rothrock. He gets the escape after 22 seconds of riding time for Princeton's Blaine Bergey. The crowd getting into it for the Mat 2 match on a near fall. That's been going back to fourth in the third period. That's already to 174, by the way. Waiting next for us at 174, Xavier Giles against Nick Incontrera. Incontrera losing for the second time to Jack McGill, and he has to hope for an at-large bid to go to Philadelphia. So he's going to want to finish strong and get third place. 50 seconds left to go in the second period. Still nothing doing here. Bergey in on a shot, gets a hold of a leg. Still trying to go through. As the 174 match has wrapped up in what was a 1-point decision for, I believe, Harvard's Hayden Bottiglieri against Brown's Drew Cleary. Short time coming up here on the restart. High on the leg for Rothrock, trying to get the sweep, and does in short time against Blaine Bergey. And so Keegan Rothrock now in the driver's seat, leading 4-0 heading into the third period. And for Bergey, he now really needs to get going.
Yeah, that's a huge takedown. Short time, just, really, really well done by Rothrock. Just got that single leg up in the air and just a tough position to defend.
Again, we're really starting to see these lower seats show exactly how open this tournament is. Bottiglieri, the 6th seed, going to be battling for third place at 174, defeating the 4 seed Cleary. Here could be a 4 seed over a 3. We already saw that at 125 with Marcello Milani over Diego Sotelo. Choice to start neutral here. And Bergey trying to turn it into a takedown. I think he struggled a bit with the length here of Rothrock.
Yeah, definitely. He hasn't really been able to get through his head hands. He's definitely turning up the pace a little bit here, but he hasn't really been able to get through on any real attacks.
Bergey's gear got twisted up a bit there. Still a minute left to go. But again, he needs to get things going here. Battling tough On the restart, the tie up high. There's a fall at 184 over on mat 2 with Nick Fine punching his ticket to the NCAA tournament. We have coming up at 184 Andrew Reel and Cole Mulhauser for the other bid on the line, the fourth and final of this round, but still battling it out here. 4-0 Rothrock over Bergey. And it's another takedown. Keegan Rothrock looking his best so far in the tournament right here.
Yeah, just scrambled at, wound up in a position that was tough for Bergey to recover from. Well done by Rothrock. He wrestled through a lot of positions in this match and found a way to win.
And for Bergey, having to deal with so much with injuries in his senior campaign, he was hoping to find his way to Philadelphia. Those odds getting slimmer and slimmer. He'll battle in a fifth-place match against Cale Berg, who he already defeated earlier in this tournament and duels competition as well. Meanwhile, Keegan Rothrock will have his rematch against Andrew Trzynski for third place coming up after the decision victory. Another look at that sweep and takedown that gave him the separation in period number 2. One more in the third for good measure.